Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm your host, FD for C5.tv, and welcome to our channel where in this video we are looking at BNB Attestation Service, ticker symbol BAS or BAS, as part of our Week in Focus segment. If you want to know more about BNB Attestation Service, please let us know in the comment section so we can perform a full DYO or risk evaluation review of BNB Attestation Service using our DYO or risk evaluation toolkit. But before I jump into this video, guys, please know that I am not a financial advisor. The contents of this video are just for information as well as educational purposes. This content is also not targeting UK audiences for obvious reasons. That said, guys, if you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing to our channel. It may look like the world is collapsing on you considering what's happening out there with the markets, but this come to pass, and I honestly believe we are still in a bull market, and this is just a drawback within a bull market. After all, we're due one at some point. That said, let's come back to BNB Attestation Service. What is BNB Attestation Service? Ticker symbol BAS or BAS. It is a modular identity, reputation, and verification layer built into the BNB chain ecosystem and aiming to go beyond BNB chain. Its goal is to allow users, projects, and dApps to create, verify, and manage attestation, cryptographically secure proofs of identity, credentials, assets, or behavior, while giving users control over their data and the privacy as well as access. Some key high-level components for BNB Attestation Service include its BAS registry or BAS registry, schema, and resolver. This is a system where attestation schemas define what data is being attested. For example, KYC verified holds X asset, your age is the age above 18 years of age, and resolvers define logic for verifying or validating the attestation. On-chain and off-chain attestations, this is where some attestations are stored directly on-chain, for example, public and auditable, while others reside off-chain in BNB greenfield or decentralized storage with access controls and privacy. The other level is the BAS or BAS Verifier Software Development Kit or SDK for dApp integration and tools. Here, modules, SDKs, and APIs that allow dApps to embed permissioning, verification, reputation checks, KYC gating, and so forth using the BAS attestation. There is also the BNB passport or identity aggregation. Here, BAS also includes a passport concept that aggregates identity data from Binance, KYC, other exchanges, social credentials, and so forth, tied possibly into Space ID or other identity layers. So already it's indicating that there is going to be some interoperability with Space ID. Project, we also did the DYO or risk evaluation several months ago. Finally, the next level is ecosystem use and scale. And according to project data, BAS already supports millions of attestations and many addresses with many partner integrations within the BNB ecosystem. So in short, BAS attempts to be the trust infrastructure that allows Web3 apps to reliably assert this address is who it claims to be, holds these credentials without central authority. Let's move on to the key features for BNB Attestation Service. The first key feature is the schema and resolve abstraction, where attestations are not hard-coded. Developers or schema authors can define new kinds of attestations. For example, owns real asset X, is accredited investor, and resolvers do validate proofs. This gives extensibility. We also have dual storage, on-chain and off-chain greenfield. As a user, you can choose to make attestation public by putting it on-chain or keep it private or off-chain, stored in greenfield with selective access. This balances transparency and privacy, and that key feature, it will also be part of the security element for BNB Attestation Service. Next feature is user ownership and access control, where off-chain attestations let users retain data ownership and decide who can read and verify them. They are not forced into fully public disclosure. And modular integration, SDK, and verify tools. Here, dApps can integrate BAS verification logic without reinventing identity and KYC modules. This reduces friction in building apps that need trust layers. Next, ecosystem credibility anchors. BAS integrates with Greenfield, Space ID, and many BNB ecosystem partners such as ZK Pass, Spectre, among many others. Build out real use. And finally, good scalability and extensibility. Because schemas or resolvers can be defined freely, BAS is not limited to identity. It can attest many types of claims, for example, asset ownership, credentials, behavior, and reputation. So these key features, in my view, make BNB Attestation Service more than a KYC engine. It is a flexible data verification backbone. Moving on to value proposition for BNB Attestation Service, bridging real-world and Web3 trust is the first one, followed by composability or composable trust layer, where once BAS is adopted, many dApps don't need to build identity and verification from scratch. They can reuse BAS or BAS attestation. That's network effects. As more projects accept BAS, more utility and demand for attestations grows. Privacy and control, unlike many credential protocols that force full exposure, BNB Attestation Service is a hybrid model. tool gives users control over what attestations to expose, when and to whom. This is critical in sensitive domains like credentials, finance, and healthcare. And BAS is reliant on Greenfield for off-chain storage and tight integration in the BNB ecosystem like wallets, exchanges, and dApps gives it a home field advantage. Projects on BNB have lower friction to adopt BAS than third-party identity systems. It would be nice if they can actually also bring lower attrition levels to projects that are not from BNB if it is a good product. Token value capture as well via utility. The BAS token or BAS token, when circulated, should capture value via usage, token verification fees, staking for validators, resolvers, permissioning services, and so forth. As attestations increase, demand for BAS utility and transaction fees may increase. And finally, guarding against Sybil, spam, and fraud. In many Web3 and DeFi ecosystems, including social, governance contexts, attacks, Sybil identities, fake accounts, and spam are problems. BAS can help enforce minimum standards. For example, only addresses with valid attestation can vote or claim rewards, improving system robustness. Moving on to the competitive landscape. Who else is trying similar identity attestation, verification infrastructure in Web3, and where BAS's position strengthens and weaknesses lie? Key competitors include DID or decentralized identity protocols, for example, Unirap, World ID, ZK Pass, Ethereum DID, DID ETH. Or next is Oracle and identity oracles. We're talking of Chainlink identity solutions or external KYC oracles. Reputation and social graph protocols like Lens, decentralized identity system or Graph. Verifiable credential frameworks like Hyperledger, Indy, and so forth. And existing on-chain attestation systems in other chains. You're talking of the AIP 712, based message attestation, cross-chain attestations, and Skilled Protocol has tried this as well, but right now they are in the doldrums. So what is BNB Attestation Service's relative strengths and competitors? Advantages include the fact that BNB Attestation Service is native to BNB chain, which gives lower friction, tighter integration, and early mindshare among BNB dApps. Hybrid privacy and control design. Many DID systems force either fully public or fully private solutions, whereas BNB Attestation Service gives a choice. You want to go partial or full privacy or public, whichever way you choose. It is also modular and developer friendly. Talking of schema, resolve abstraction, SDKs, APIs, and so forth, which help in terms of adoption. And there's growing adoption as well in terms of attestation services as well. If you look at the popularity of BNB Attestation Service amongst BNB dApps or apps and users, and also the price movements, it's indicating there is some popularity or there is hunger to have such a product within the BNB chain ecosystem. And specific to BNB Attestation Service, you got over 400 million attestations, 2.5 million addresses, over 100 partners is cited by the team. And the Greenfield coupling as well, that's an advantage for BNB Attestation Service because you're talking of on-chain and off-chain attestations in decentralized storage aspect, which is powerful for hybrid use cases. What about the weaknesses for BNB Attestation Service? Well, competition from general DID and ZK ID systems. So DID just stands for decentralized identification. Projects like ZK Pass, World ID, or Unirep, or even identity layers built on top of Ethereum or modular chains are strong rivals. And if dApps don't adopt BAS, its value is limited. Utility must be strong, and fees or staking must be meaningful, or else the token could be decoupled from usage. So there are several weaknesses, others around regulations and privacy laws, data correctness, and trust in attestation sources. As for price predictions, according to data from CoinMarketCap, the BAS token is currently trading around 14 cents at the time of recording. By the time the video is posted or you watch the video, things may have changed. The all-time high is listed as 14.6 cents, happened just recently, and the all-time low was given as almost 0.5 of a cent back in August. These values reflect that BAS is newly circulating. Its price history is very fresh and volatile, but it's been making some strong moves alongside the rest of the BNB chain ecosystem or Binance ecosystem. As for my speculative focus, I'm thinking all-time high this cycle. Well, I'll not be surprised for it to reach 50 cents to $1 or even more in a strong bull cycle, depending on where we pick. But if you are one of those who think we've already picked, maybe this is just under 15 cents is the top of BNB Attestation Service. All-time low when the bear market comes, don't be surprised to go back to under a penny, but I'm reasonably looking at between a cent to 5 cents territory during a bear market, but that could actually get worse. But if it does, if it's a good product, there's no harm in getting some exposure in a product like that because of the ecosystem behind it. So my final thoughts is that if you think of BAS or BAS or Binance Attestation Service as the digital notarization engine for the BNB world, your on-chain resume, your proof of being, your selective, whom I say, handshake, handshake. If Web3 is to grow beyond closed circles of wallets and tokens, it must incorporate trust, and BAS is trying to bake that into the foundation. But the race isn't easy. The identity and credential space is crowded. Building usage is harder than coding. Many will build identity layers, but only those with deep adoption, correct incentives, and robust security will last. BAS has the ecosystem support, early traction, and architecture to be a strong contender, but that path requires execution. If BAS succeeds, it may not only be the trust layer for BNB, it might become a cross-chain standard if ported. If it stumbles, it will be another identity promise that never found product market fit. The upside is compelling if adoption accelerates. The downside is real given nascent history. Finally, BNB Attestation Service is more than hype, in my own opinion, of course. If its infrastructure is ambitious, track adoption, fee usage, DApp integrations, and data correctness. If those align, the BAS token could find a deserved place in identity and verification Web3 stack. Any thoughts, guys? Let us know in the comment section if you do hold BNB Attestation Service. I initially noticed around 3 cents. I just bypassed it because I've had it with the likes of Kill. In hindsight, talking of FOMO, I'm not going to jump in now because of where it is, but if it does dip during this cycle, of course, before we reach peak, if it does dip below 5 cents, I will certainly get in. But where it is today, I will let it go and I will catch it during the bear market. Any thoughts, guys, about BNB Attestation Service? Let us know in the comment section. And do you hold BNB Attestation Service? Let us know in the comment section. Until the next one, FD for selective.tv signing out for now. Bye.